Okay. Secretary Austin, Deputy Secretary Hicks, General Milley, and all our other outstanding military leaders around this cabinet table. I'm honored to welcome you to the White House. And I really mean I'm honored to welcome you to the White House. Above all, I want to thank each of you for your dedication to the service of this country and your members, families, and the long-standing service that you've all put in. I also want to recognize the groundbreaking nature of this gathering. For the first time in the proud history of the armed forces, we not only have highly qualified women as vice president, but as Deputy Secretary of Defense and 2 women combatant commanders. And it's an important milestone. I think that speaks to how we're harnessing the strength and diversity of our country and making sure women succeed in the military throughout their careers. As I said when I got elected, and I didn't think people thought I meant it, but my administration is going to look like America. And I mean that sincerely, not just in the military, but across the board. That's where our strength comes from, in my view. And today, I want to hear from all of you on your assessments on what you're seeing in the field and across our forces. And the strategic environment is evolving rapidly in the world, but that means our plans and force posture have to be equally dynamic. Things are changing. And ensuring that the security of the American people, our interest and the interests of our allies, means having to constantly adapt to anything and everything that's happening around the world. And we're seeing this very day the need for adaptation as a consequence of us standing with Ukraine against Putin's brutal and unjustified war. And I want to applaud the exceptional work you're doing to arm and equip brave Ukrainians to defend their nation. I don't know about you, but I've been to Ukraine a number of times before the war. I've spoken to the Rada. I was deeply involved in what was going on in Ukraine. And I knew they were tough and proud, but I tell you what, they're tougher and more proud than I thought. I'm amazed what they're doing with your help in terms of providing advice and the weaponry we're providing, along with the rest of NATO. Weapons and ammunition are flowing in daily, and we're seeing just how vital our alliances and partnerships are around the world. Our allies are stepping up, amplifying the impact of our response, and NATO is united, focused, and energized as it's ever been. When I was a kid in the United States Senate in my 30s and into my 40s, I was chairman of the NATO subcommittee, the Foreign Relations Committee. Not because of me or any particular thing, but I've never seen NATO as united. And I'm confident, in my view, this is Biden speaking, that I don't think that Putin counted on being able to hold us together. And I've spoken well over 150 times to our NATO allies, either like yesterday, there were 40, how many on?
12.
How many?
12.
12. Yesterday for a couple hours. They're stepping up. And the same is true in the Indo-Pacific, where our allies are the foundation for the future we want to see in that vital region of the world. Your central, indispensable mission to deter aggression from all our enemies, if required, is on display. To fight to win wars, to remain critical to American power. As Commander-in-Chief, I rely on your advice and to maintain our military edge and remain the ultimate guarantor of America's security. But quite frankly, even though I've been Vice President for 8 years and a Senator for 36, I didn't fully appreciate that how the rest of the world literally looks to us as the leader of the free world. I mean, looks to us in very precise, specific ways, and something you all fully understand. I rely, as I said, on your advice, your advice and your ability to maintain our military edge. In return, I promise you, and I hope it's been demonstrated since I've been president, that we as a nation will uphold the sacred duty we have. We owe you, our military men and women, to prepare, properly equip you before we send you into harm's way, and when we do, to care for those in your family when you come home. And that's why we're doing so much at the Veterans Affairs as well. It's a sacred obligation. And so I want to thank you all again. I'm looking forward to our discussion, and I thank the press for coming in. Thank you.